Welcome to your 2023 reading, Pisces. Today, we're going to look into the main areas of your life for 2023, what you should expect in terms of events, opportunities, and challenges. What we have here is love, career, and finance, unexpected events, your challenge for 2023, and how you're going to end the year going into 2024 as well. Then in part 2 of the reading, we will go month by month to see what you should expect in more details, okay? Let's start now with your love area, the main energy, the main events for 2023. And the first two cards that we have are confusion and hope. There is something right here that potentially you are experiencing right now, which is definitely a situation that does not give you a lot of answers. I can tell by the clarifier over here, 9 of Cups, that this is something that you really care about. This is something that has taken a lot of your energy, a lot of your focus overall, and something that you would want to grow and to mature into what you know it can be. You feel potential when it comes to this. You feel that something good could come out of it. But this confusion energy right here, it's telling us that there is very little going on. And when there is one step forward, then it's followed by 2 steps back. And so it's very hard to count on this, to plan around this, and to really see it becoming something tangible and long-lasting overall. Now, this confusion, it's going to transform into hope, as you see right here, okay? So what I'm seeing so far as your love area goes for 2023, that it's going to be a situation that has brought a lot of frustration, and something will happen there which will bring instead hope. Now, these two cards are also followed by maturity and communication, okay? So it feels like whatever is happening right now, Pisces, it's not ready yet, but it will be. There's going to be a point in time over here where things will be aligned in a way that will allow this to really happen, to mature, and to be what you already know it can be, okay? So this might be because the two of you are distant, most likely geographically, but some of you also emotionally, that it's something else that it's distracting either you or the other person for the time being. This right here, this confusion energy, the more we look into it, the more we understand that it's a temporary energy. This is where you're going to end up instead. It's all going to shift, and that shift, it's going to start from this communication, from this message, potentially a letter, something coming in, something that can be told you also in person, but most likely this is going to be something online. Regardless, this is the moment where you'll understand, oh, okay, this person is actually interested. This person is actually on the same page as I was. You might not be anymore in that moment, but I think so. I think you will, because this 9 of Cups, which we'll look into in a second. It feels to me that this is a message saying, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I'm thinking about you. I've been wanting to reconnect with you. Something on those lines, Pisces. A situation from the past you thought it could not evolve, it could not transform into its full potential. Instead, it's going to. It's definitely going to. And this message is going to bring a lot of hope. And it's going to make you realize, yes, this might be the right time. This person might be telling you, I got rid of that issue, whatever obstacle was preventing me. See, codependency, something that was blocking them to really come forward and do this the right way, okay? Now, the clarifier, as we were saying, is the 9 of Cups. So clearly this is surrounded by very positive and beautiful energy. This is not somebody who comes in right now because they need something, okay? this is actually coming in with a lot of romance, a lot of caring, beautiful energy. Someone who appreciates you, or who is going to finally appreciate you, Pisces, after taking you for granted or making you feel invisible. Am I even here? This person is looking through me. What is going on? No more of that, okay? This is also positivity that can lead to this beautiful romance, which means that maybe in the past, some of you were just very negative about this, either you or the other person. And so they never really looked at this as something that could evolve and be beautiful. They pushed it away, maybe because it meant too much to them, you know? And sometimes when we see exactly what we want to see, what we want to achieve, what we want in our life, some of us have the tendency to push it away because we are fearful to be rejected instead by that element, by that person. So it's kind of like prevention, right? I'm going to reject you before you reject me. At least I'm in control of that. Some people think that way. And so right here, we definitely see that there is a big evolution and potentially a big transformation when it comes to your love life, Pisces, in 2023. I don't think that this is going to take too long into the year. It feels like a pretty quick energy, not too far from now, but we'll look into it more when we do the month by month reading, okay? To see when this is going to happen, how it's going to happen, and everything else you need to know about it. Now, as far as your career, finances, we have two beautiful cards actually. Face your fear and almost there. I also see right here at the bottom of the deck, victory and get out of your head, Pisces. So it's very clear that there is something right here that you are fearing to do when it comes to your career and finances area. Something that you want to achieve, something that you want to go for, that for you, you know it's important, and it could be the very next stage of your life, taking you to the next level, leveling up. But at the same time, you are overthinking this situation, which means that you might be trying to find the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect situation to do this. And you keep looking for that perfection, waiting and waiting for it. Meanwhile, opportunities pass you by. And so this could be something you've been wanting to do for actually a very long time. You've been thinking about this, you've been planning around this, but the planning transformed into the actual plan. I'll keep planning. And tomorrow, what am I going to do? I'll plan some more. And so this stems from fears, okay? That thing we were just talking about here, fear of rejection, this is instead fear of failure. I am just going to find reasons why to postpone this or why to not fully go for it and take the risk so that I don't have to face the potential failure. Now, what's important to know is that first of all, you're almost there, but we'll get there in a second. And second of all, failure, it's not the end of the road. The end of the road is when you stop trying, is when you get stuck, put yourself in this situation, in this energy, and you'll never progress. You'll never give yourself the chance to really succeed. You see, failure is just like, okay, I failed there. Let me try this instead. And I failed there as well. Let me try this instead. And eventually you're going to get there as long as you keep trying. If you think of yourself or of the situation as something that will fail, guess what? It will fail. So you are what you think. This situation is what you are seeing it to be as well. But you need to release that because you clearly have something right here that speaks of a completely different situation, okay? You're almost there. Almost where? Almost to this victory over here, okay? You are very close to achieve that goal. You just need to give it the final push and fully commit to taking a risk when it comes to this. Now, don't be reckless. Don't put yourself in a position where when you fail, there's no potential or possibility to recover from that, okay? Put yourself in a position where you feel little, you feel small, and you feel quick so that you can recover quickly and try something else. If we get to a personal reading with you, we will see exactly what the details of that is going to be. Otherwise, you'll have to figure out what is that I can do to feel small, to feel quick, and then recover and try again. So don't go all in. Don't risk it all. Just plan, make a plan, knowing that eventually you are going to get there and there is a huge victory in the cards for you. So why not trying, okay? It's right there. It's accessible to you. It's up to you to walk the right path and to take risks whenever your body tells you to do everything but taking risks, okay? And in fact, that's a very emotional thing. And the clarifier is the Queen of Swords, which really is not about emotions at all. Right here, you need to be objective. You need to really think from a logical place, because that is going to be your winning key to this victory. This is what's going to take you there. And so whenever you feel the emotions taking over, just write down a plan so that you don't have to think about the plan in that moment. You have it written down there. Trust the plan, go for it, and look at this victory. We'll see later what exactly this victory entails in terms of money, in terms of resources, success, events, what it's going to come in. But for now, suffice it to say that this is going to be beautiful if you will allow it to be, okay? As far as the unexpected events, you know, this is actually somewhat similar to what we were talking about. We see the clouds, confusion, we see the star, which is hope, and then we see this key over here. It feels like there is something in general, because this is unexpected, is a general area. It's not about your love. It's not about your career. It could be, but it's in general. So it could be also something else. There is a situation here that you're avoiding looking into because you're fearful of what you're going to find out if you do look into it, okay? That's where the clouds come in. Sorry, right here. That's where the clouds come in. This confusion, these things that go unsaid, these details that get overlooked, they are important for you to really look through it. Because what we see is that in those details, in those clouds, there is your key to get to victory, to get to wish fulfillment, to get to the next level, okay? And so what the overall unexpected energy for 2023 is going to be, from what we see so far, you need to look into what scares you, into what seems confusing and potentially harmful as far as your emotions go, because every time you look into it, you'll find your way out. The only way out is through. That's what we're seeing right here. The star is always there, even when there are clouds around. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't go anywhere. And every single time you'll really look into these situations, you'll realize, oh, okay, now I see what I have to do. I'm good. I'm fine. I didn't have to be fearful of this. I was fearful because it was dark, because I couldn't see what was around me. But now the lights are out. Actually, the lights are on. And I can see where the key is. Let me go grab it, get out of this freaking room, and get where I want to be. These energies are clarified by justice, which says the universe has got your back right here, okay? This is the year for you to experience fairness, to experience just overall success in all those places where instead you experienced failure, okay? And so we do see here just a state of equilibrium for you. And that's what the universe always strives for. So do not get in the way of that. Let it happen. Trust it and go with it, because it's really showing a lot of potential. And now, speaking of getting in the way of things, your challenge for 2023 right here is speaking to that as well. First of all, we have this energy right here that talks about outdated thinking, replaying events in your head over and over and over again. And every single time you do so, you feel more fearful and less willing to take a risk, to build hope, to go for things, to look into things as well, okay? So what are you overplaying right here? We see wedding rings and heartbroken. So whether this was a marriage that ended or an engagement that was supposed to end up in a marriage, never happened, or just a commitment that felt like a marriage, that felt like that type of connection, commitment that it's not supposed to end ever. Whatever this represents to you, Pisces, we see how instead things did not work out, and that whether it happened this year, 2022, 2021, in the past, does not matter. It left a scar. It definitely left a fingerprint on your heart, and you were never able to fully recover from it. Yes, even those of you who instead appear to be strong, know to be strong, and to move on when somebody just is not good for you. And that's good. That's amazing. But within you, there is something subconsciously that was damaged by that. And so we see the separation made you feel potentially lost, made you feel as though, okay, so if I fail this time, I'm gonna fail again when it comes to this. It made you feel like you did not even know if you want something like this anymore. You were trying to change after this disappointment, change your expectations, change your goals, change who you were and the things that were important to you, so that you didn't have to take the risk anymore. You wouldn't have to fail anymore and experience this heartbreak ever again. And so your challenge for 2023 is to heal from that, to move on from that once for all, to forgive if you need to forgive. Because as I always say, forgiveness is not for the person you're forgiving, but it is instead for you. That's the only way you can detach from that fully and move on. It's for you, Pisces, okay? And stop thinking, overthinking, replaying memories in your head. Otherwise, you know what that means? You're living in the past and you're not building a future. You're not allowing yourself to find happiness again. It doesn't mean that maybe the person from the past is not going to come back and you're not going to be happy with them. It doesn't mean that whatever you're thinking about will never come back. For some of you, it will. For some other, instead, it will be a new person. But regardless, this is the time for you to break that pattern and just focus on the present, the future, but even more so the present, okay? So that you can build something that it's not a repeat of this awful situation that left you scarred, and that it's behind you. Leave it behind you. Don't keep bringing it into your present, okay? That is your challenge. Now, as far as the end of the year, as far as what it's going to happen, how the year is going to wrap up overall and how it's going to lead you to the next one, we have believe in the impossible, expect powerful change, and this one that I love. The end of a tough cycle approaches, okay? Beautiful. It feels like you're going to, first of all, experience many things this year if you will allow it to, but also you're going to discover so much of yourself here. And at the end of the year, you're going to think, wow, it's really over. I'm really healed. I feel really good. And you know, not just at the end of the year. You don't have to wait 365 days for this. This is just going to be the culmination of it. It's a journey. And like every journey, it gets to a destination. And this is it. The end of that tough cycle, it's going to be there finally. And you're going to be surrounded by elements, people, energies, even within yourself, that will make you feel that powerful change. And the things that you thought impossible that could not happen in 2023 are all going to happen. Obviously, if you do the right moves. None of this comes for free. We need to go out there, identify it, see what it is, pull it towards us, and make it happen, okay? But you got this. You got this, Pisces. You got something actually beautiful next year that could be the major transformation in your life that you were waiting for. And so what are you waiting for right now? Just do the right thing for you and move forward, because you have a lot to look forward to. So this is everything we know about the main energies. Now let's get to part 2 of the reading, where we will go month by month to see what you should expect, to see what all of this is about, so that you can prepare for the accomplishments, but also the challenges for 2023, okay? Follow me, the link down below in the description box. Welcome to part 2 of your 2023 reading, Pisces. The main energy for 2023 is judgment. And what a beautiful energy to have, especially considering exactly what we were talking about just a few minutes ago. What we see right here is that you are going to experience a year, and at the end of this cycle, you're going to look back and you're going to not recognize yourself for the person you are becoming and for the environment around you as well. There is something right here that you're letting go. And we were talking about what it is exactly. It's not just a person, it's not just a situation, but it's a pattern. It's something that you finally need to release so that you can get to your full potential, that you can get to those wishes, to get to those goals that you have been striving for, okay? So there is an awakening here, a new Pisces that it's going to come up after this cycle ends and throughout this cycle as well. And you're just going to not be in your own way anymore, you know? There is an awakening, there is an understanding of what you can control, and you're finally controlling it in a way that it's going to make you happy. And you know, Pisces, what is an awakening? Awakening is not changing who you are, but it is discarding who you are not. And so right now, you're letting go of that side of you, that heartbreak, that replaying of memories, because you know that it's not you. That's not Pisces. You want to focus on the present, hope for the future, and work to be happy instead of being stuck to something in the past that you know it didn't make you happy then. Why would it make you happy right now? So you're letting go of something. We see, especially at the beginning of the year, and let me tell you, this year is going to be amazing, and we see major surprises, powerful change, the impossible that becomes possible over here. It's all happening. It's all happening, Pisces, okay? So let's now start